The topic is graphs. Graph is a nonlinear data structure and it is basically generalization of tree. That means graph is it is a collection of vertices and edges, and tree is a special case of graph where there is a root vertex and rest of the vertices are being connected. And this is also called, tree is also called a cyclic graph. That means graph without a cycle is called a tree. So it consists of this graph consists of set of vertices and edges. Edges may be directed or undirected, and there is no restriction on the count of vertices on the number of connections between two vertices. It can be a multigraph also. If you can see clearly, in case of multigraph, multiple edges can also be possible. Now, graph is basically a non-empty set of vertices, possibly an empty set of edges. Means this is also example of graph where there may not be any edge at all. In general case, graph may have some edges also. So at least it should have some set of vertices, and there can be possibly empty set of edges also. If you use a notation, this V bar is called represent the number of vertices, and E bar represents the number of edges in the graph. There are two types of graphs. One is undirected graph, another is called directed graph. In undirected graph, vertices pairs are unordered pairs of vertices. That means Vj is equal to Vji. Vj and Vi means 1 to 2 vertex edge is same as 2 to 1 edge. One and the same thing. It is same as that of 2 to 1 because there is no concept of direction. If you consider directed graph, also called digraph, this is the ordered pair of vertices, that is 1 to 2 edge is not equal to 2 to 1 edge, because this direction is being used there itself. It is a ordered pair of edges within the digraph, or also called directed graph. Next comes the concept of weighted graph. If every edge is given a weight can be in the form of distance or cost or some other value, then this is called a weighted graph. Edges having some weights. Even in directed graphs also, the weight can be associated to just like to go from the source 0 to source 1, the weight of that is 0.2 and so on. Next comes the concept of parallel edges. Now this is the concept of parallel edges. Two parallel edges are there going. That means there are two possible paths from going from node X to node Z, and this H and I are called two parallel edges. And there is one term called self loop. Self loop is it is that edge pointing to itself. Now there are other terms that is called if you are dealing with undirected graph, there is one term called A is adjacent to C and C is adjacent to A. It is one and the same thing. But if you go for directed graph, A is adjacent to C. A to C means A is adjacent to C, but C is not adjacent to A. Also called C is adjacent from A. This is called from A. So this is the terminology used for directed graph. If you want to find the neighboring vertices, like A is adjacent to B, A is adjacent to D, C is adjacent to D, and C is adjacent to E, and so on. Adjacent to occurs when there is a source vertex on the left side and destination vertex on the right side. Then there is term called degree of a vertex. There are two terminologies. Degree, if you are using directed graph, there is one terminology called in degree and out degree. If there is an undirected graph, it is merely the degree of vertex is the total number of edges within that. Now degree of vertex 1 is count of the edges associated with those. The degree of this vertex 1 is 3. Degree of vertex 4 is 2. Degree of vertex this 3 is again 3. Degree of vertex 2 is 2. That is called degree of vertex. If you're dealing with the directed graphs, there is a term called in degree and out degree. In degree means the number of count of the incoming edges. In this case, if you're considering in degree of 2, that is equal to 1 because one edge is incoming towards it. If you consider 7, the in degree of this is 2. If you consider say 8, in degree of this is 0. Similarly, if the out degree, that means out degree of 8 is 2, that is the outgoing edges from 8, and so on. Total degree vertex is sum of in degree and out degree. There is one term called path. Path means it is a sequence of alternative sequence of vertices which are which show the reachability of from one vertex to another vertex. Like If I say path from A to C, one path can be A to B, B to E, E to D, D to C. Another path can be from say C to B can be one path possible. Other paths are also possible. C to D, D to E, E to B. Similarly, these are the some possible paths from going from C to B. So there these are called simple paths, and there are other paths also that is called which is not a simple path. If there is a redundant set of vertices, more than vertex comes more than one time, like in this case, vertex W comes more than once. So this is not a simple path. Like this is a path U to W, W to X, X to Y, Y to again W, W to V. You want to go from U to V through some path. So this is not a simple path because there is a your one vertex has come more than once. Well, next comes reachability of a vertex. Whether one vertex is reachable from the another vertex or not. This tells the path. If path exists between two vertices, then that vertex is reachable from the other vertex. Like whether in this example, every node is reachable from every other node. If you go for this graph only, this very graph, vertex 1, if you want to reach to any of the vertex, say 2 or 3, I want to reach to vertex 3, I can go from this side. If I want to go to vertex 5, I can go from this side. If I want to go to vertex 4, I can go to this side. So this is called reachability of the vertex. Here in this diagram, in this graph, every vertex is reachable from every other vertices. Now, if for this graph, if you see vertex where 5 is reachable from 1, vertex 2 is reachable from 1, but vertex 4 is not reachable at all from 1, and vertex 3 and 6, they too are not reachable from 1. So this is called reachability of a vertex. If path exists between the vertex S to vertex 5, then we can say vertex where if the path exists between vertex X and Y, we can say Y is reachable from X. Now this is one term called, let us take an example. If you are saying vertex from 3, then going to 5, then going to 4, then going to 2, that means the path exists. This 2 is reachable from 3, and the path of that is 3 to 5, 5 to 4, 4 to 2. But vertex 1 is not reachable from 3. If you say the path vertex 3 to 5, 5 to 4, 4 to 2, or there is no path going from vertex 3 to vertex 1. If no path exists between pair of vertices, then those vertices are not reachable from each other. This is example 1 is not reachable from 3. Now there is one term called path length. What is path length? Path length is the count of edges basically in case of non-weighted graphs. Like there's a path from 1 to 2. How many edges are involved? Just one edge. Path from, say path is there 1, 5. So 4 and 2, how many, what is the path length? 1, 2, 3. 3 path length. There are many ways to go. 1 to 2, there is a one path. If you're going from 1, 5 to 1, 5 and 2, then path length will be 2. If you're going from 1 to 5, then 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, then the path length will be 4 units. So this is the count of edges through that path. Similarly, if you're dealing with this graph, if your graph is weighted one, then path length will be the sum of the weights during that path. Like 0 to 1, if you're going from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 4. So if you're considering this path to reach from 0 to 4h, then path length will be 2 plus 15 plus 13, which will equal to 30. Similarly, going for directed graphs, in directed graph, if you're considering the path 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3, then what is the path length? 0.2 plus 0.6 plus 0.1. What is cycle in a graph? Cycle is basically non-empty trail. That means if you are saying the cycle means if it is basically path where the starting and ending vertex is same one, then it is called a cycle. That means in which the only repeated vertices are first and last. And this term is called a cycle. Like in this example, if you are doing directed cycle, non-empty directed tail will be there. That means that path is the basically directed path, and the starting and ending vertex is same in that path. Like in this example, the path is A to B, B to E, E to D, and D to A. This is one cycle inside this graph, which is a simple cycle. Graph without cycle, if the graph does not contain any cycle, this is called acyclic graph. Similarly, if you take this undirected graph, the cycle here will be A to B, B to E, E to A. This is again a cycle within a undirected graph. Next comes the term connected graph. Connected graph is terminology which is associated with undirected graphs, connected term. And if you are dealing with directed graph, this terminology is called strongly connected. So in connected graph, in undirected graph, graph is said to be connected if there is a path, if from every node in the graph, other nodes are reachable. That means if there is a path between every vertex of graph to every other vertices, like path should be from A to B to C to D, and path should exist from B to A to C to D, path should exist from C to A to B to D, and path should also exist from D to A to B to C. So all the paths should exist from the every vertex to every another vertices. It may not be direct path, some paths should be there. That means every node should be reachable from every other node. Then that is called a connected graph. This is again example of connected graph. Now if you see from 1 every node is reachable, 2 is reachable from 1, 5 is reachable from 1, even 4 is reachable for 1. You can use either of the path. 3 is also reachable from 1. Similarly, taking one more example. Now this in this if I take one more example, like if this would have been a graph. So in this case, if I take this graph, in this case, this graph, this is not a connected graph. Reason being, from one node 2 and 3 are reachable, but this is an isolated node. So this is not reachable at all from rest of the vertices. This is not a connected graph. Similarly, we can take one more example. This is also connected graph. We can reach from every node to every another node in the graph. Now this graph is not connected one if you see carefully, because D here is the isolated vertex, right? Like this in this example. This is not a connected graph. This is also not a connected graph. This is also called disconnected graph. Now what is will happen in these cases if the graph is disconnected? Now how many possible connections are there? This is this vertex, this graph is basically having two connected components. This is one component which is connected graph, acting as a connected graph. This is another component which is connected is a connected component. So this graph has got two connected components. If you see carefully, there are three connected components because there is a reachability among 3 and 6, reachability among 1, 2, 3 and 2 and 5. This graph has got three connected components. This is also not a connected graph. It is not connected graph. Now, the same terminology, connected graph, is being a strongly connected term is being applied to the term directed graphs. Strongly connected, same terminology. That means if there is a path from every vertex to every other vertex, then that graph is called strongly connected. The directed graph is called strongly connected. If you see for the vertex A, there is a path from A to C, there is a path from A to D, there is a path from A to E, and even there is a path from A to B. Similarly, considering the vertex B, there is a path from B to A, there is a path from B to C, there is a path from B to D, and there is a path from B to D to E, and so on. Even considering vertex E, E to B, there is a path, then E to A, there is a path, then E to then C, there is a path, then E to E, D, there is a path. That means considering for all, even for D vertices, there are paths D to B, D to E, and D to A going from this direction, and D to C going from this to this direction. So this is a strongly connected graph. That is, a directed graph is strongly connected if there is a path from every vertex to every other vertices. If you see this directed graph, this is not a strongly connected. The reason being, if you consider this vertex 1, 1 to 0 there is a path, 1 to 2 there is also a path, 1 to 3 no doubt there is a path, 1 to 4 there is a path. But if you consider the vertex 3, from 3 to 4 there is a path, from 3 to remaining vertices there is not a path. So this graph is not a strongly connected graph. Next term is called connected components. If the graph is not connected, it is a terminology just like we are using in undirected graph. The terminology is connected graph, and for directed graph we are using the terminology strongly connected graph. Similarly, there is a term called connected component associated with the term undirected graph. If you are dealing with directed graph, the terminology becomes strongly connected components. If the graph is not connected, then it can be broken down into connected components. Now, if this graph is connected, so how many connected components are there? Only single connected component. Now, this graph is also connected. The connected components is single connected component. This graph is not connected. How many connected components are there? One, and then two, then three. Three connected components are there in this graph. Now, just taking the one more example, given this graph, how many connected components are there? The connected components are one. Then this is connected with each other, two. Then this is isolated vertex, three and four. Four connected components of this graph are there. Now, coming further, then term called strongly connected component. This terminology is associated with the directed graph terms. Same concept is there. Now in this example, this graph has got three strongly connected components. Reason being, this graph is not connected one, because there is not any path from 3 to rest remaining the vertices other than that of 4. So this has got three strongly connected components because these components are connected with each other. One connected component, this another connected component is there. No doubt there is a path from 3 to 4, but there is no path from 4 to 3. So this is not a strongly connected subsection also. The other section is the vertex 3 and next is vertex 4. So there are three strongly connected components inside this. Similarly, this graph is because it is strongly connected graph. So this graph has got one strongly connected component. Next comes again more set of examples, strongly connected components. This graph, if you see carefully, there is a path from 1 to 2. There is a path from 1 to 4, like this. There is a path from 1 to 5. There is a path from 5 to 4. Similarly, considering other vertex 2, 2 to 4 there is a path, 2 to 4 to 1 there is a path, 2 to 5 there is a path, 2 to 4 to 5 there is a path. Considering the vertex 5, from 5 to 4 there is a path, from 5 to 4 to 1 there is a path, from 5 to 4 then to 1 to 2 there is a path. Similarly, considering all the vertices, this graph, if you can see carefully, this is a strongly connected graph. So because strongly connected graph, because for every pair of vertices there is a path from every other vertices in the graph. For every vertex there is a path from every other vertices. So this is strongly connected. Because it is a strongly connected graph, the connected component here will be only one. Now if you see this graph carefully, this is not a strongly connected. If you add one more vertices, this graph has got three connected components. One is this one, and another is this one, another is this one, and third one is this one. Three strongly connected components. And see this example again. This graph too has got one connected component like this. This graph, if you see carefully, this graph has got one back and forth. This has got one connected component. And if you see this graph, this has got this triangle. If you consider this V5 to V4, there is a path. Then path is existing between all these components. If you go for V4, there is a path from V5, V6 and V3. If you go for the node V5, there is a path from V5, V3, V6 and V4. If you go from V6 there is not a path. So how many connected components are there? 1, 2 and rest one is 3. So 3 connected components are there in this graph. This is not a strongly connected graph. Now next terminology which comes into picture is complete graph. Complete graph says if there is a direct edge or unique edge between every pair of vertices, direct edge, direct connection. Now if you see, J has got direct connection with K, rest of the vertices direct connection like L, M and N. In every pair of vertices has got a distinct edge between every other vertices, like one this two has got a edge this to this one, a direct edge to this one, direct edge to this one, and so on. Similarly for L, this is a direct edge with every vertices, and similarly for M, there are direct edges between every vertices. Now if there are n vertices, so total number of edges in complete graph are n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Similar concept is applicable to directed graphs also. That means if there is a path from direct connection from A to B, there should be a direct connection from B to A also. That means double connections are there. If there is a connection from A to D, then D to A there will be connection. That means this is an example of complete directed graphs. These are the rest of the examples of undirected graphs to complete. That means one edge, that is n into n minus 1 by 2 edges in case of undirected graphs. This is another example, and these are the possible examples of with some set of vertices with 3 nodes, 4 nodes, 5 nodes, and so on. Now, again, a cycle graph. A cycle graph consists of a single cycle. That means some like this is a single cycle in the graph. Like this is cyclic graph. This is cycle graph. This is having circular path inside the graph. Then term called multigraph. Multigraph means the graph with multiple edges. Now this graph has got multiple or edges, also called parallel edges. Two pair of vertices has got more than one edge. This is one edge, this is another edge. This is example of multigraph. Similarly, if you see carefully from from C to D, this directed graph is also multigraph because there is a direct edge from C to D of 6 unit. Again, one more edge from C to D of 8 unit. This is example of, because this is parallel edge is there, this is example of multigraph. And one more thing is multigraph may or may not have self loop. So self loops are possible in multigraph, like this self loop is there in this graph. So multigraph can contain self loops, but simple graph doesn't have self loops.